Hey everybody, welcome back to the couch. My name is Melissa, this is Noelle, and this is Couch Mom Club. And today we're going to be talking to you about planning a birthday party, a first birthday party to be exact. I want to give you some tips on how to save money when you're planning a first birthday for your baby. And Noelle's going to be one in just a few weeks, so we are right in the middle of planning her first birthday, and I have some tips for you if you want to save some money while doing that. So as I said, Noelle is going to be one next month and we are planning her birthday. I am, bittersweet. It is bittersweet because it's like she's one, she's happy, she's growing, she's thriving, and then she's one. She's not my baby anymore. She's getting big. She's growing up, she's doing her thing, and we have to be planning for her to turn one. And I've planned Teo's birthday before, so I know a little bit about saving some money here and there, cutting some corners, not in the chintzy way, but cutting corners in a good way to keep some money in your pocket and keep the party amazing, keep the party memorable, and have everybody who comes have a good time. And for you to remember the day that your baby turned one and how you celebrated it. So here, let's get right into it. My first tip is going to be to set a budget. You always want to set a budget. When you give yourself a budget, you're giving yourself a parameter to work and play in. So you don't want to just go haphazardly into planning and buying this and buying that. You want to allot a certain amount of money for the birthday party, and everything birthday party related will come out of that budget. If it goes over, then it is not for you. So stay within your budget. Set the budget, stay within it. My second tip goes hand in hand with planning your budget, and that is asking for help. And of course, you're gonna ask for help in more ways than one. On the day you're setting up and doing things like that, you're gonna ask for help. But also, you wanna ask your villagers, those who are close to you, to help with the budget. So instead of doing it all on your own, ask maybe the godparents or the aunties, the uncles, and grandparents to pitch in for the birthday party. And do this in lieu of a gift. Sometimes you want to create a memory more than you want to get more stuff. With us, we had a really big Christmas, so we don't really need a whole lot of stuff. But I do want to create something memorable for when she turns one. So instead of buying her a bunch of presents, more toys, more clothes, more shoes, maybe somebody can take one of the items off of your birthday planning list and pay for that. And that can be a gift for your child, right? For you. Tip number 3 is going to be one of those things that will either save you money or cost you money if you're not doing it right. So tip number 3 is planning for your theme. Theme parties are so amazing. They can help you to really stay on target and stay within your budget. If you know what kind of party you're planning, you will only get items that support that theme. Of course, if you go overboard buying all the trinkets, all the little things, everything that is within that theme, then you might go overboard. So in this one, you want to remember your budget again and set a theme. When you pick a theme and you go with that theme, then you know what not to buy, and then you could stay on target for what you will buy. Hey guys, I have a really cool tip on how to choose a theme for your birthday parties. Consider what your child loves. Maybe a TV show or a favorite movie, or maybe a favorite toy. Plan your theme around those items, or just one item. Make it simple, but make it great. You can also consider a favorite outfit, or maybe something that reminds you of your child. Or if you want to think a little bit outside the box, maybe bring back something from your past, something that you want to recreate, something that you want to celebrate in your child now. Think outside the box, make it fun. Whatever theme that you pick, I'm sure it's going to be a good time. So go ahead, pick a theme, and remember, stay within the budget. I think that is the main tip. Anchor everything on that first tip. Stay within your budget. And don't forget, guys, watch till the end of the video. We're going to be doing Mum's the Word, and I don't want you to miss it. Tip number 4 is to plan your party out on paper. And I mean plan the day and plan each component to the party. And what I mean by this is you want to get a list of the things that you're going to need in order to accomplish this party. What are you going to do for invitations? How are you going to decorate? What about food? What about party favors? All of that stuff should be itemized and detailed. Do not be afraid to get into details about what you're going to be doing for these things. Of course, with these things in mind, it's going to help you to eliminate some of the things that you have for the overall theme. For example, if you are not planning to do party favors, then you don't need to buy loot bags. That will save you some money. And what you want to do is ensure that each item is spoken for. So make sure that you're taking care of your decorations, you're taking care of the food, and everything that you're going to need in order to accomplish this party. And do not buy what you don't need thinking maybe I'll need it. Just stick to what you've written down. And if you have not written it down, chances are you won't need it. Make sure that everything you buy has a place and has a purpose. Tip number 5 is to pick the right time for your birthday party. I know that sometimes we think evening when we think of a party, but for a child, you might want to consider doing a party that is earlier in the day. Earlier in the day, perhaps before lunch, or even if you're going to do later in the day, try after dinner. This might eliminate what you serve as food. If you do it after breakfast, for example, or after dinner, you might not have to provide a full meal. You might get away with just providing snacks or different hors d'oeuvres, finger foods. That will help you to stay within your budget. If you don't have to provide a full meal, you're not spending a whole lot on catering or on food that you'll prepare yourself. So think about the time of day, right after breakfast or right after dinner. Those are really, really good times in order to save money on food. Number 6, and this one is hard, guys. It is to consider your guest list. I know that your baby becomes somewhat of a celebrity when they're born. Everybody wants to be involved. So many people love and dote on your children. It is not even funny. But the more guests you have, the more expensive your party is going to be. Perhaps you should eliminate the extended family and those who don't have small children. Consider just inviting people that really, really matter at the time, and perhaps that have kids that can interact with your kid and play with your children. You don't want to have such a big list that you're having to pay so much money to accommodate and to celebrate and to really have those guests enjoy the party. The more people you have, the more expensive your party is going to be. And of course, remember the baby's needs as well. Sometimes too many people can become overwhelming, and you want your children to be able to enjoy the day. So let's think about the guest list and cut those numbers down. Number 7 is considering your venue. Where are you going to have this party? Now, it can go 2 ways. If you're having your party at home, you're going to really cut down on costs because you're not having to worry about purchasing or renting a hall or a venue or staff. But you might run into areas where you're going to be spending a little bit of money. For example, if you don't have enough serving trays, you're going to have to consider that. If you are serving a hot meal, you might want to consider purchasing some chafing dishes to keep your plates warm. Those things you might have to consider if you plan to have the party at home. But you can save money on a venue because the venue, if you pick the right one, will have everything. They'll have staff, they'll have cleanup crew, they'll have things that you'll need to serve food. All of that will be included in the venue if you choose the right one. So consider your venue as tip number 7 and make sure that what you're doing makes sense for your budget. Number 8 is my favorite tip because it is the DIY tip. Whatever you can do yourself, you should try. If you want to create a banner, for example, or make some of the decorations on your own at home, even involve the kids, you can just put together some fun crafts that you're going to use to decorate your party, especially if you have a DIY theme. That would make everything just that much more special, and it just comes from the heart when you're doing it yourself. Consider it a labor of love. Of course, when you're DIYing a whole bunch of projects, it can become overwhelming and time consuming. However, if you decide to make a few things on your own, you will save some money. Here's a bonus tip, and you might not like it, but I'm going to mention it because I think that it's important. Perhaps we should reconsider our idea of what it means to celebrate a birthday. Do we need to have a party? Or do we need an experience? Or do we need to purchase a meaningful gift? Consider what you're doing and why you're doing it. I know that for me, I love the first birthday. I go all out. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I go all out because I just love having that memory. And by the way, it's not only a celebration of the kid, it's also my party. Because the year has been rough. Every mom will tell you the same thing. We're celebrating twofold. It is the child, they've turned 1, they've hit a milestone, and because the parents have worked so hard in that first year, which is probably the toughest year of parenting ever. We want to celebrate, and I get it. But when you celebrate within a budget. You don't have to go all out. Consider not having a party. Maybe an intimate dinner with your family and a cake will be just enough. Maybe an experience to a theme park or something like that. Or purchasing a nice gift, something that is worthwhile, something that's a little bit more costly, but a little bit more precious. That might be the perfect way of celebrating your baby's first birthday. I'm not gonna skip on the party, but you might want to consider doing that. And that is a bonus tip for you. So right now we are gonna go on in and do Mum's the Word, because we always do Mum's the Word at the end of Monday's videos. And of course, if you like videos like this, you can subscribe to the channel for more, because guess what? There's always more. And there is always room for you in the club. So go ahead and join the club right now. Click that subscribe button. And don't forget that we're doing a 500 subscriber giveaway. And before I ramble on too long, let's do Mum's the Word. Hey everybody, thank you for staying to the end of the video. It is time to do Mum's the Word. And last week, I asked you a question about whether or not you've ever lost your cool with your kids. And not many of you even answered that question. And I have 2 reasons why I think that is. 1, it got overshadowed by the news that I told you. Or 2, you don't want to tell me because you don't want to keep it real with me. Listen, we're all family here, so it's all good. I know that I've lost my cool sometimes with my kids. How about you? It's not too late to answer that question. Go ahead and answer it. But this week I have a new question for you, and it's really simple. For those of you who like savory snacks, what would you prefer? Chips or popcorn? Just put it in the comments down below. What do you prefer? Chips or popcorn? Thank you for watching to the end of the video. I am so glad that you're here, and I love that you are a part of the club. But if you're not already part of the club, go ahead and join the club. Hit that subscribe button and click the bell so that you're notified when I post new videos. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, and I will see you in the next video.